Hey all, so this is the Boiling Blood event. This is Water Slayer and Noble Killer. This is my main Water Slayer team. This is doing all of the damage. I made a Commander team as well, plus a Dark Slayer team up for the multi-bosses, but neither of them do as much damage as my Water Slayer team. And if I scroll down, you will see my other Water Slayer Noble Killer cards are pretty weak. None of them have any decent damage boosts to them, unfortunately. There's one more down here as well. That kind of makes the event ultimate form essential if you are going to be playing this event competitively. We have the event ultimate form Frozen Hailspawn. This has an upgrade skill, plus creates a lot of power gems, plus increases Water Slayer damage by 200%, plus has 2 revives as well, plus a passive that creates a lot of power gems on revives. So it does have a bit of everything, plus it's Noble Killer. As you saw, my other Noble Killer Water Slayer cards are pretty poor. Holiday Saints, this has that lovely 500% damage buff. That boosts up Sovereigns of the Dance, still my best Water Slayer hitting card. Converts, upgrades, creates power gems and increases self-damage. 5 pink stars, 5 times awakened. Wings of Valor, this increases Water Slayer damage by 330%. A big damage buff. Then finally Leviathan's Hairs, this increases attack rather than damage. Now I have 3 damage boosting cards, 1 that boosts attack, and 1 hitting card that increases self-damage, and I think this is pretty much the optimal team. Then for the relics, the first 2 relics are just there to break the shields. Here's the first one, and here's the second one. Then the other 3 are just my best Water Slayer relics. I may swap one of these for Cater's Bow. That may help increase the damage a bit further. The other 2 teams I will just go over briefly. Here's the first one. First card, Invincible Melded Souls, with a permanent increase to Water Commander damage, 180%. Cyberspace Sovereigns, increases Water Commander damage by 335%. Uprising Coven, the hitting card, increases self-damage by 200%. 5 times awakened, 3 pink stars. Spectral Saviours, increases Water Commander damage by 225%. Punishing Pathfinders with 220%. Now I could use Holiday Saints on this team, but since it's used on the first team, it wouldn't be effective on the multi-bosses. That's why I've missed it out on this team. It does work on both Slayer and Commander heroes. Then for the Dark Slayer team here, first card is Moonblessed Monarchs. This gives a 560% damage buff to the next Dark Slayer that activates their battle skill. This is combined with Metaverse Masters that gives a 150% damage buff to any card. Both buffs go on Giant Clans Unleashed. This increases self-damage by a massive 725%. This is why I'm testing the Dark Slayer team in a water event. 3 times awakened, 2 pink stars, and a massive boost on the hitting card. Ruthless Power Hunters. This increases Dark Slayer damage by 315%. Then finally, Starbound Exterminators. This has a permanent increase to Dark Slayer damage by 200%. So there we go, that's the teams I have available for this event. I will try and make up 2 more teams for the multi-bosses as I progress with the event. So let's get on with the actual event. Here we go. Alright, so here we go with the actual event. It's a Cudgel week event this time around, so a chance to get some items for your GVG defense. I have a couple of prismatic bosses up. Another one just spawned as I was talking, so I will start with the one that I already have locked. And here it is. This has Pierce, but with a bit of luck, I can one-shot the boss with this team. So here we go. Oh, right, here we go. So I think the best order is just left to right. It seems to have been in testing anyway. And if the board is good, I will get a hit around the 5Q sort of area. That's a large queue, obviously, not a small queue. But obviously that does depend on what sort of board I get. That's not too bad. There's a couple of loose ones. This should be a pretty decent hit in all fairness. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. 4.6, that's not bad at all. I'm pretty happy with that. Let's try out the other teams. So the commander team won't do anywhere near as much damage, but it's an option I want to try for the multi-bosses more than anything. And this boss has deflect this time around rather than pierce. Shouldn't be too problematic. Let's give this a go. Alright, so not tried this much yet since my Water Slayer team has been doing the business. I'm curious though to see how much damage this will do. Let's mess about with the order. I think maybe something like this. Let's see, is that a good order or not? Yeah, I think that was a pretty decent order. The problem is the board hasn't exactly been exciting. 30.4Q. Now, I would have thought at most this would do around 80Q, so it is an option for the multi-bosses, but it's going to take a very, very long time to get through a prismatic level, unfortunately. So I probably won't be using it that much. Let's try one more hit and then I'll quit out. I'll try the Dark Slayer team after this. Ideally, I want 5 teams that can take down a prismatic multi-boss, but I don't think I have that available. I only really have the one good team this time around, but it is a really good team, so I should still do okay with the event. There's the damage on the second hit. Yeah, that's really poor, unfortunately. Alright, let's try this Dark Slayer team. Again, I'm not sure how much damage this will do, but it should be quite interesting to try, see if this is an option for the multi-bosses. Here we go. Alright, so here we go. I think use the 5th card first, then go 1, 2, 3, 4 on the other cards. Let's try that anyway and see if it works or not. As this, yeah, that creates a lot of power gems. There's something like this. The middle card has a massive boost as well. You can see here, 725%. So with a bit of luck, the damage should be okay. The board isn't, yeah, not the best board, unfortunately. Damage 65.4. 65.4. That's not spectacular, but it should be enough to do something with one of the levels of the prismatic boss. I'll get another hit out and hopefully do a bit more damage. Pretty sure activating card 5 first is the best idea, as it creates so many power gems, often crushing the board together. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4 again. That's looking a bit better than last time. Here we go. There's one loose in the top left corner. What's the damage like? Yeah, that's a bit better. Yeah, this is probably my best non-water team for the prismatic multi-bosses. That's the team testing done. The Water Slayer team will be used for most of this event. Then if I do get a prismatic multi-boss, see if I can take down 3 levels, but I would still be happy with the 2. Alright, so now to look at the bosses feature. I'm sure you've all seen this before. You take down bosses, then can exchange for items from the Cudgel shop. The Ascended Ingots, always worth going for. There's some good items at the bottom as well. Mainly those cores plus the hearts here. So those are the items I will be going for anyway. They do get more expensive each time you purchase an item though, so do be a bit careful. A pretty self-explanatory feature, plus the bosses are not too difficult to defeat. Well, not to start with anyway, they do get harder. Right, onto the collection. It looks like a good one this time around. I would argue one of the best in the game. The one that has the GVG relic plus the runes. Right, I will claim all of this. There we go, that's that done. Now, it's always fun to see which runes I got and which ones I actually need. It's looking pretty varied so far. A couple of the circular ones and the cross ones coming up quite a bit. So I will go over to the forge and see what I can do, if anything at all. Right, there it is. There we go. Oh, that's pretty good. I can do 4 of these, so I will go ahead and do that. See how high I can take my GVG relic. One more, then I will be missing the top left rune, unfortunately. Right, so let's take it up to 4. Then up to 5. There's another 4 I can make as well. Can I make a 6-star one though? Well, I'm about to find out. No, I can't. But I can make a pink star version, which is even better. Right. So 1 pink star on that. That's a pretty good result. There we go. Okay, that's that done. Now to the ultimates page. Right, so let's claim the support hero, take it up to 6 stars, and see what I get from the random bonus hero. There we go, the support hero has been evolved. What's the random bonus hero going to give me? Oh, that's an old Gen 2 card. I think I already have that as well, so it's not going to help with the collection, unfortunately. Right, let's have a look at the event ultimate form in more detail. Frozen Hellspawn has an upgrade skill, creates water power gems, increases water slayer damage by 200%, has 2 revives as well. Now the damage buff may seem low, but if you have a look at all the other water slayer noble killer cards, you will struggle to find anything that's even semi-decent, so this is kind of an essential card for this event. Those 2 revives as well, very useful in certain situations. For example, GVG, so not a bad deck at all. Relatively low damage boost, but tons of other features on the card. Now, if you are just going to get the 1 card, it's quite difficult this time around, as 1 card has the damage buff and 1 card has all the other decent skills. This one has the damage buff, increases water slayer damage by 200%, and has the revive. And that's a bit different, as it's normally the card on the right that has the damage buff. And here it is. But this one just has 1 of the revives, plus the upgrade skill and power gems. So probably better to get the one with the damage buff still, but you won't create any power gems, so it's a tricky one. And there we go, I think I'm done with this video. I hope you found that interesting and helpful. As always, if you do have any questions or suggestions, please let me know in the comments, and I'll do my best to help. If you did enjoy this video, please do give it a like and subscribe to the channel. Subscribing is always very much appreciated. I've included a playlist with all my legendary Game of Heroes videos in. You can also subscribe from here if you want to do so. And thanks for watching.